Isn't it a beautiful day? It is a beautiful day, and especially that we're here out near the mountains. You appreciate Nevada for its beauty. I was born and raised here, and I'm still in awe of the beautiful mountains and beautiful mornings like this. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Nevada State College. I am Edith Fernandez. I'm the Associate Vice President for Community Engagement and Diversity Initiatives. We have a historic year ahead of us here at Nevada State College. We'd like to begin with a special welcome to our regents, chancellor, and NSSA cabinet members. We appreciate all of your support. Chairman Kevin Page, Chancellor Tom Riley, Regent Patrick Carter, Regent Sam Lieberman, Regent Carol Del Carlo, Regent Trevor Hayes, Regent Kathy McAdoo, Regent Allison Stevens, Regent Anthony Williams, Vice Chancellor Constance Brooks, Chief General Counsel Joe Reynolds, Chief of Staff Michael Flores, and NSSA Poly Analyst Joy Holliday. Wow, that was a mouthful. We truly appreciate your support. Legislators, we appreciate your support as well, and literally your vote of confidence in Nevada State College. Assemblywoman Irene Bustamante Adams with Workforce Connections, Assemblyman Ozzie Fumo, District 21. Thank you for being here. We have had a long-standing relationship with the City of Henderson, and we appreciate and are grateful to have you here as well. And let's continue to grow together. To Councilwoman Jerry Schroeder and Councilman Dan Shaw, thank you for being here. And to our supporters from the Foundation and President's Council, you have made a tremendous commitment and contribution. We thank you. So I'm going to name all these folks, and you'll get an idea of how far our reach is and how powerful and strong and committed our supporters are. We have Glenn and Andy Christensen, Mary Dean Martin, Lane Rusforth, Hannah Brown, Rita Thurkel, Chris Vito, Felicia Ortiz, Dolores Campuzano Pignatello, Victoria Van Metren, Ken Evans, Peter Guzman, Scott Mulrath, Sandra Ratchie, and Anthony Ruiz. Thank you for being here. And to our college officials, your tireless dedication and amazing contribution to the college is truly, truly appreciated. We are going to gather together and think about the future of Nevada State College. So I'm going to introduce you to that core team. We have Vicki Shields, Provost and Vice President. Kevin Butler, Vice President for Finance and Business Operations. Alan Keller, Associate Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Tony Shinta, Executive Vice Provost. Amber Lopez Lassiter, Chief of Staff. Gregory Robinson, Associate Vice Provost. Gwen Sharp, Associate Vice Provost. Andy Kuniyuki, Dean of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Dennis Potoff, Dean of the School of Education. Doug Turner, Dean of the School of Nursing. Jonathan Dunning, Associate Dean of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Latricia Perry, Associate Dean for the School of Nursing. Chartria Collier Stewart, Associate Dean for the School of Education. Abby Peters, Faculty Senate Chair. Aaliyah Curls, Classified Council President. And Nicola Offer, our NSSA President. That is our team. Our college partners help us move the needle and make an impact. Thank you to David Griego, Ronaldo Rebeldo, Tamar Hopley, Shauna Smith, Susanna Moore, Veronica Hartfeld, Robert Erdely, Michelle Romero and Dr. Mark Penn, thank you for your support. In addition to our community partners and advocates, at the heart of Nevada State College is our faculty and our staff. This year, we welcome 20 new members from institutions from across the country, including a new Dean of Nursing and an Associate Dean of Education. We welcome their expertise, their innovation, and their zeal. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge everyone who was impacted by the October 1st tragedy. We had 2 Nevada State alumni that we lost. Cameron Robinson, class of 2009, and Sergeant First Class Charleston Hartfield, class of 2013. You both will forever be remembered by the impression you made on our hearts and our minds. Scholarships have been created and awarded for both of these alumni. May we please have a moment of silence. Now, the chair of the Faculty Senate, Dr. Abby Peters, will provide a welcome on behalf of the Faculty Senate.
Good morning, everyone. It's always wonderful to follow a D, and it's great to see you all here. My name is Abby Peters, and besides having the great honor and privilege of serving as the NSC Faculty Senate Chair, I'm also an assistant professor of business. I teach and I practice management, so my remarks may reflect that. We're in the midst of creating and cementing here at Nevada State College a strategic advantage, an inclusive environment that naturally provides additional value to the educational experience. Sometimes it feels odd to speak of inclusion. It feels like common sense. It's a modern necessity. But it's simply the right choice for what we say we will accomplish. But when faced with realities, creating an inclusive environment as a task feels monumental. It certainly does take a team effort, with all of us accepting a role to deliver on our collective goals. Faculty Senate is a big part of the team, and NSC's promise has become the Faculty Senate's commitment. We are here to raise collective awareness and collective support, and to help every academic and administrative faculty member make the commitment of inclusion to our students, each of us to the best of our ability. As faculty live out this commitment, it is essential that we feel supported and comfortable in our job in order to bring our whole selves to campus and to experience joy in our work. I'm here today and all year to represent and reflect the faculty as we tap into our capacity to be compassionate, to humanize one another, to commit to treat everyone, including ourselves, with dignity and respect. As I tell my students, even if you don't like this course or these topics, feeling this way gets you that much closer to knowing what you do like, doesn't it? So it all serves a purpose, and so it is with us. Every interaction we have with one another, whether enlightening or less so, brings us closer to who we are, individually and collectively, as we understand more about how we fit together and how we can work with each other to serve our students. Faculty Senate is here to improve the lives of faculty collectively, but we do that by listening to each person. Because helping one is helping all, it is improving the collective to raise even one up. A small anecdote from my class. We're just blessed to work in an academic environment where, while we might be instructors, we're always learning. In the aftermath of the October 1 incident, it was very difficult for not just the students to return to campus, but the faculty as well. As I stood in front of a 30-plus class of Business 101 students, mostly traditional students, very young, it was difficult to keep my composure. I was there to let them know that we weren't going to do much, just be together, do what we felt like doing, whether that was work or discussing. And it was through a few tears that I was apologizing that I hadn't graded their exams, that I hadn't prepared their next assignment, and was pausing to gain composure, and a student spoke up and said, "As you give us time, we give you time too." And that's just our students. And so I wanted to share that as we're coming up on this difficult anniversary, so to speak. And all of this as background to share that Faculty Senate is a solutions-oriented body here at Nevada State. I'm beginning my 4th consecutive year serving in the Faculty Senate, and each of the last 3 years I've witnessed our Faculty Senate chair ushering in policy changes to improve the work environment for faculty, increasing communication with leadership to tackle our biggest institutional challenges, and progressing NSC's mission. And it might sound boring, but we plan to continue all of those trends. In a year of strategic planning for NSC, the Faculty Senate is working with administration in real time to evaluate and modify institutional goals, determining where there are gaps, and applying lessons learned to 2019. We believe creating transparency throughout our structure will close the gaps identified, and that is worthwhile. That is a worthwhile end to strive for, and so we will. It's a great privilege to be here to welcome you to our campus, to give you a little bit of insight of what the Faculty Senate stands for, where we're headed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Abby. I'll also say it's a pleasure working with you as well. It's very exciting. Abby and I go way back to University of Texas, El Paso. So, yeah. Thank you, Abby. We're very proud of our amazing students here on campus. Just yesterday, they put a lot of time into creating a tunnel of awareness. We're talking, they came here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they were ready for classes too. So that just shows you the spirit of our student body. Here to provide you a welcome on behalf of the students is our Student Alliance President, Nicola Offer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Nicola Opfer. I'm the Nevada State Student Alliance President here at NSC. I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I know you guys have a long day, so thank you for showing your support. This will be a big year for the NSC community. It's going to be a year of change, of growth, of innovations, and of new challenges. And many of these changes are taking place on a statewide level. The Board of Regents recently approved the application fees to be waived for students who are in the foster care system. And that's amazing. And it's great to see all the hard work that was done in order for this to happen. And it's great to see this positive change take place. As mentioned before, and what you'll probably hear from President Patterson as well, our new housing building was approved. So I know the students are so excited, and we're all excited for it. And in addition to the new housing building, I was also informed that our education building is going to be put on the governor's list as well. So it's amazing to see how rapidly we're growing, and it's inspiring to be a part of this right now. And we are growing so rapidly and so quickly, and there are changes that are coming. And not all of those changes are what we necessarily agree with, like the student tuition. It's not necessarily what we wanted, but we got it, and that's okay, because there is a conscious effort being made in order to the students to make sure like we are here for them. The fees are being discussed onto where they're going to go, and that's what's important. And that being said, I would like to acknowledge how amazing our students are. We have voiced our opinions and our concerns with different things that are happening on our campus. Whether it be survey polls, conversations in the hallway, hanging out in the cafe line, we're all working together and we're all listening. And as NSSA officers, we are elected to be student leaders. We work together to make sure that every decision that we make is for the students. We are working together. Currently, we are working on several projects to improve our campus, like getting basketball courts for students, which is amazing because now it will hopefully allow us to bring other sports-related initiatives to campus. This will, we're also looking to improve the student life with a new student lounge, and this will be a place where we can escape the harsh realities of our grades and the due dates. With the new building on the horizon, it's a huge step in the right direction to grow this campus even more. And it's incredible to see all the capital improvements that are being made and all the hard work that is taking place. It's not only these projects that we're working on, but more immediate ones as well. We have more clubs that are being active on campus, more opportunities for students to gain experience in their field of study, and we are trying to provide more engaging events and activities for students. And luckily this year, all the NSSA institutions, student governments, are working together to provide better opportunities for us. I am continuously working together with UNLV and CSN student body presidents to develop closer relationships between our institutions. From meetings to events, we are working together to build something great. Because at the end of the day, no matter what organization we are from, we should be doing everything in our power to better the lives of our students. And we are a campus of open doors, of open opportunities. These doors that we walk through every day are for students to take their steps into their future. It's a way for them to chase their dreams that they didn't even think were possible, and to be a part of something bigger. The changes that we are making now don't just affect our students today, but affect our future students to come. And that's why we encourage everyone to be bold and to be great, because we're Nevada State. Thank you.
See what I mean? See what I mean? If you're ever in a meeting with Nicola too, she asks the best questions, and I learn from your questions, so thank you for that. All right, next, I have the honor to introduce you to Provost Vicki Shields, and as you know, the provost is key in any effective change on campus. And I just want you to know that I'm also really grateful that Vicki has extended herself professionally and personally. We do these little mini check-ins. They're 15, 20 minutes. And to try to get on Vicki's schedule is very hard. But it's those check-ins that help us support each other. We've got a lot of projects on each other's plate. And to hear that she has an amazing team and how she's leading this college in our strategic planning, I'm just very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. So, Vicki, please welcome.
Thank you, Adit, for those kind and warm words. And following Abby and Nicola, geez, what a great year it's going to be with all these great women at the helm. So exciting. It's Spirit Week. Spirit Week at Nevada State. We've got a lot of spirit going on all week here. Every day, I continue to be grateful and energized and honored to be Nevada State's Provost and Executive Vice President, and that's the truth. Yesterday, I had the privilege of participating in the Tunnel of Awareness. And yesterday, like last year, the experience of otherness, of walking in the shoes of another who has experienced oppression or trauma in their lives, and many who have lost their lives to those same forces, was a very embodied experience. It was visceral and it was emotional. And it's very often the experiences of our Nevada State students. And we're all try to be very aware of that all the time. I want to thank and applaud everyone who was involved with the Tunnel of Awareness, and anybody here that was involved in putting that together. Would you please stand for recognition? Come on, don't be shy. It took a lot of work, and it was very amazing. It's a great tradition here. Looking back over the last year, there were so many accomplishments for us to be proud of, and President Patterson will talk about most of those, and it's difficult to pick out just one. However, a real winner has to be the development and the approval by the Board of Regents of the Master's degree in Speech-Language Pathology. This monumental endeavor, primarily by Dean Dennis Potoff, Dr. Gregory Robinson, and Dr. Elizabeth Meyerowitz, marks a turning point for Nevada State as an institution that offers targeted, high-demand, and high-impact master's degrees as well as BA degrees. This accomplishment is just a further indication of our commitment to our statewide mission. Looking forward, I am excited to be embarking with President Patterson on the 2020-2027 strategic plan, Delivering on the Promise. In the late 1990s, our founders sat around a dining room table and dreamed up plans for a state college that could be responsive to the teacher and nursing shortages in our region. What was desperately needed was a state college to confer bachelor's degrees designed to be responsive to Nevada's workforce while steeped in the richness of the liberal arts. Nevada State has delivered on that promise in ways far beyond anyone's imagination a few years ago. I am so proud to be a part of that. The upcoming strategic plan will chart our future as we keep our promise to our students, our faculty and staff, and to Nevada. At Nevada State College, excellence fosters opportunity. We educate whole human beings. Here you can become a person you always wanted to be, the person you always dreamed you could be. I promise to bring my whole self to the task of leading our academic and student-centered mission towards 2027. I, like you, look forward to the message from President Patterson. Have a great time. It's a great day to be a Scorpion. Enjoy your day, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Vicki. Now it's my pleasure to have President Bart Patterson come join us. I have to share, though, I am Bart's neighbor on the 3rd floor, and it's an advantage because I get to knock on his door frequently. And I will say, Bart, thank you. When I knock on that door and I say, do you have 5 minutes to meet a new student? Do you have 5 minutes to meet this parent? Bart, do you have 5 minutes to come say hi to the student group? He never says no. And that's the beautiful part of Bart. He's accessible. And, you know, the whole town knows him. And I got to keep up with you. And I love that. I love that. I go to an event and they're like, Bart was just here. And I'm like, God, I got to keep up with this guy. But Bart Patterson, our president, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for all the inspiring words from our great women. And so, as you know, there were 4 women that spoke. I'll be the one guy. That ratio of about 80% is roughly the same as our student population, which is 76% women. So just an example of how Nevada State College is built. And, you know, sometimes easy to say, well, that's because you have nursing education, there's more women in those professions, and that would be true. But we just ran the numbers, like on biology, it's like 62% women. So, go figure. So I'm thrilled to be here today. This is my 7th state of the college address, and I'm really grateful to have so many fine supporters here, and everyone in this room is helping to make a difference and move the needle in higher education here in this state, and that's what it's all about. It's not any particular one institution. It's how are we helping build the future investment that's going to pay off for the state as well as make such a difference in individual lives. It's been a really exciting year at the college. Without a doubt, it's been a very historic year, and it's been our best year yet. I've had the honor of watching that growth in the college. Mostly I try to stay out of the way. A few of the ideas they take, but for the most part, this is about a team, and it's about moving forward in those efforts to build a college. I want to take you on a quick trip down memory lane so that you can understand or share, if you were a part of all of that journey, how we got here today. The college started in 2002 with a lot of heroic efforts by many people in this room. State legislature, Board of Regents, community members, founding president Richard Moore, and a lot of pioneers who chose to start their career at Nevada State College as faculty and staff. And don't forget students coming here to a brand new institution and choosing to start their education career here. Now, the college has gone through some rocky times since then, and it's due to the individual efforts of many in this room that the college is still here. In the fall of 2011, when I started, I was the 7th president in 9 years, and we had just gotten through the recession. We had lost our longest serving president, Fred Mariansky, to cancer, which many of you knew him, and he and his wife were great people. And our then interim president had decided to take a job in Colorado. The college was at its lowest budget point in several years, and we were serving many more students. I'm not sure how we did it. Our facilities were split, with one building here along with the original Dawson building, but the majority of the campus was on downtown Henderson. And so we were in that experience of having split programs, having staff at different locations. So the times were not ideal, but the college was that scrappy fighter that comes out of a 12-round recession heavyweight battle, and here we are. So we might have been a little bit wobbly coming out of that, but we had a lot of great people, both inside the college and outside, that helped to move us forward. So one of the things that happened, talking about that 12-round battle, was that the faculty senate gave me these boxing gloves. So these are from before the 2013 session, and the faculty senate thought I might need them going into that session. And they were right. So the 2013 session was the first major building block on why the college is in the position it's in today. Because what happened in that session is the state adopted a funding formula. And that funding formula created a consistent base for the college that did not previously exist. It helped recognize our already existing growth, which during the recession, all of the institutions took cuts, notwithstanding increases in student population. So that was the first major building block on why we are in the position we are today. And so I have to thank the system and the Board of Regents and the legislature and the governor for recognizing that. The second major building block was, notwithstanding the lack of capital funds, Nevada State College was going to continue to grow. And so working with the board and the state, we were able to self-finance this building, the Nursing Science and Education building, and the Rogers Student Center without additional state funds, but with the students stepping up and paying additional fees. So these buildings, which could roughly quadrupled the size of the main campus, were done without extra state support. They were done by student fees and reallocating formula dollars that would otherwise have gone to operations. So we pay $3.4 million a day to be in these buildings. And so that was the right decision at the right time, and it was a key building block in moving the college forward. But I'll explain how that comes around to benefit us later on. So that was a great investment. The third major building block was really when we had these facilities come in 2000. Well, I apologize, I always wanted to say on the second major building block that when we moved to these buildings in the fall of 2015, which is when that occurred, that's when we were able to consolidate the campus, grow our programs. And that also started the impetus for a highly successful, comprehensive campaign that raised dollars for our programs and scholarships and helped finish some of the facilities needs that we have. And I have to recognize Jim and Beverly Rogers for a historic $7 million gift that continues to give back to the college by supporting our Nepantla program, by supporting the Writing Center, and by supporting Teachers Academies, all of which continue to build the success of our student population. So the third important building block for the college was achieving Hispanic Serving Institution status in 2016. And that was a cumulative effect of years of work, starting with a memorandum of understanding that was signed with the Latin Chamber of Commerce, and I know Peter Guzman is here in the room, in 2012 to help build the recognition of the college among the Hispanic community. And so we continue to pride ourselves on serving all students with a welcoming environment, but it's very clear that it's the Latinas that are driving the historic enrollment growth in the college. So that's manifested in a number of ways. As you've heard, we're the second fastest growing college in the country. It's a richly diverse student population, a diversity in student population that is more diverse than UNLV, which is recognized as the most diverse university in the country. It's just interesting that is what has fueled the college growth. The fourth major milestone is that we have started receiving more critical state investment. While I'm very proud of our culture of helping ourselves and not assuming we're entitled to anything, we'll figure it out, we'll make it, our students in all of Nevada deserve the opportunities that the state college provides. We are serving increasingly more students at a significantly lower state investment per student than the universities, and we are an astounding over 40% less cost to the students and their families than the universities. This is really important for a first-generation, low-income, diverse student population. And that allows the universities to focus more heavily on their research mission, which itself will help the state grow in diversifying our economy and building the lifestyle that all of us want. So we want to be great partners to our universities and to our primarily two-year colleges across the state, and we'll continue to do that as the state college. So the state recognized all of that value in the 2017 session by increasing opportunity through the Silver State Opportunity Grant, the first need-based financial aid program in the state, and providing planning money for the new education building, providing some of the funds to acquire the Raker Student Success Center, and startup funds to fund our first master's program in speech pathology that Vicki talked about. So thank you to the board, the legislature, and the governor. So here we are. A world of possibilities. Nevada's four-year state college is the most diverse, or more diverse than the most diverse institution in the country. We're proudly serving a student population that is more low-income and first-generation students than the universities. We have rising success rates without significant equity gaps among demographic populations, and we're doing all of this at a lower cost to the students and the state. Thank you. Thank you. The budget submitted by the Board of Regents to the governor calls for an over 30% increase in state investment in the state college from last biennium. That matches our two-year growth rate. The budget also proposes, as you've heard, critical funding for many of our priorities, with startup funds for new programs, including growing teachers' academies, the speech pathology program that we've talked about, early childhood education, our statewide mission, and a new degree in data sciences informatics. Plus, the budget ranks the education building as the #1 priority. So pardon me for a moment while I just say, wow, right? We're deserving of this investment. We are deserving of this investment. Thank you. And I'm proud of everyone in this room for making that happen. We're now opening a new world of possibilities. I'm incredibly optimistic about our future, and especially the future of our students. And that happens through a great team, both internally and externally. But we've been working hard to hire the talented, dynamic faculty and staff and leadership so that we can execute and exceed even our expectations through our teaching mission and through the initiatives that we have proposed. So thank you all for being the difference. I'm going to quickly run through some of the major accomplishments over last year. For the second year in a row, the Chronicle of Higher Education named Nevada State College as the second fastest growing public baccalaureate college in the nation for the 10-year period from 2006 to 17. So, University of Hawaii, West Oahu, we've got you in our sights. We've accelerated our growth since 2016, if you've noticed. And we have another record round of enrollment increases this fall. We're now at 4,885 students. Thank you. That's a 15% increase from last year and a 30% increase from in the last 2 years. We are honored and humbled by this growth. As I mentioned, we also celebrate our diversity. This fall, the college became a majority Latinx campus. Of students who declare an ethnicity, almost 39% self-identify as Hispanic or Latino. That is the highest population. Comparably, the white Caucasian student population is about 28%. In fact, this fall's class is nearly 64% Latinx. I would add it is not only the most diverse class, however, but also the most talented. The average high school GPA of the entering freshman class is 3.02, and nearly 20% have a 3.5 or greater. So you can see the kind of college that we're building. Now, of course, the most important thing we do is graduate students. Not only did Nevada State College celebrate our 15th anniversary this spring, we saw the largest number of graduates, by far, in our history. We graduated 567 students. That's an incredible increase of over 40% from just the year before. 40%. I ask our great team, Sandeep, and kind of explain that. We don't know. For sure. I mean, students come with different credits in their college history, so they'll come with being close to graduate, and we have many transfer students, which we're proud of. And so that's how you can get an increase like 40% in just 1 year. Now, at the same time, we have undertaken a very detailed review of our admissions policies, and we're expecting to hold community meetings this fall in which we'll have discussions about admission standards at the State College. We expect to have a full and complete discussion about our role in the system of higher education as the middle tier between the universities and the two-year colleges, while we consider whether to bring to the Board of Regents a proposal to increase those admission standards to better manage the incredible enrollment growth at the college. So we look forward to that discussion. It's a great community discussion. It'll be a great discussion at the board level. There's no in our view, there's no losers here in this discussion. This is a discussion about how to best meet the needs of the higher education system that has multiple access points for students that come into our system. In our School of Nursing, the RN to BSN online program has experienced remarkable success in its first year, with now 229 students in just over a year. That program is designed for working nurses and is uniquely rooted in caring science curriculum. Students will start graduating from that program this year in significant numbers, which will help meet critical healthcare needs across Nevada. Credit goes out to Dr. Latricia, or Associate Dean Latricia Perry, and the entire nursing faculty for their innovation. In the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I'm really excited about the newly developed Deaf Studies degree program. It has grown to 53 degree-seeking students in just a year, but 569 students take courses in American Sign Language here at the college, which is obviously a benefit to any career that you may be in. So we're really proud of that program. That's an example of where we saw a need and we built a minor first and then build it into a major. So I want to acknowledge Gregory Robinson and the Deaf Studies faculty for their commitment to building this program. Again, this meets a critical need for interpreters in this state. In the School of Education, which I talk a lot about these days because this is the primary focus of the college going forward in the next foreseeable future, let's say, to really help build out teachers to meet that critical state shortage in the teaching pipeline. But in that area, the Teachers Academies initiative has really grown. And we're really proud of that. The Teacher Academy is designed to address the teacher shortage by identifying talented junior and senior level high school students who are interested in pursuing K-12 teaching as a career choice. While we continue to work at Mojave High School and Southeast Career Technical Academy, the School of Education launched 2 more Teachers Academies this fall at Liberty High School and at East Career Technical Academy. So there's a combination of dual credit, core courses, and teacher education courses that provides those Teacher Academy participants with a real opportunity to begin their professional preparation that would lead into a teaching degree while still in high school. This fall, we have over 600 students from those schools enrolled in coursework that is delivered on-site at their high school. So our credit goes out to Dean Potoff, the Provost Office, and the faculty for these programs. So the programs themselves are innovative, but I want to also call out one other innovation as an example of the types of things that we're doing. Our library has done something that I'm just really proud of in working with the faculty. They've really trailblazed providing open educational resources to our students. In partnership with the School of Nursing and the Nevada State Mary Dean Martin Library, and really give credit to Nathaniel for really promoting that. They were able to provide free, high-quality textbooks that thus far have saved nursing students roughly $100,000. Isn't that incredible? And then Nathaniel directed a no-cost textbook Summer Institute that helped several faculty plan an implementation of free textbooks for this upcoming year that we estimate will save an additional $132,000. So this is real money, and we know some students don't even purchase textbooks because they can't afford them. So they try to get by borrowing or just listening to the lectures, and that's not where we want our students to be. So these are great efforts by our faculty. We had a remarkable year of community engagement. The events we hosted include the American Sign Language Festival led by David Kelsey, another sellout Latin Chamber of Commerce lunch with every major sports team in Vegas represented. Thank you, Dr. Edith Fernandez, for organizing that. We had another successful Men of Color retreat. We organized INBRE research conferences, and of course, we continued our Provost Lecture Series, which is going really well. We hosted the 2nd annual Intermountain Teaching for Learning Conference, which was a great opportunity to show off our campus and highlight many of the innovative things that we're doing and supporting the success of our students. That was led by Chris Garrett, the Director of Center for Teaching and Learning Excellence. The Career Services team, led by Nicole Wesley, hosted its 2nd annual Career Internship and Graduate School Fair, over 55 employers and graduate school programs with over 150 attendees. Last fall, the Office of Arts and Cultures exhibited Basin and Range, featuring 18 Southern Nevada artists who were invited to create artwork that honored world-renowned artist Michael Heiser's iconic land art piece, Double Negative, and another of his works, the massive City in the Basin and Range Province. The Classified Staff Council designed an amazing Bring Your Child to Work Day with over 40 kids on campus, all of which got an opportunity to be present for at least a few minutes. It was an amazing effort and a great day. And yes, the college did Springboard during that time, so we're trying to figure out, okay, how can we harness that effort during the year? So the faculty do multiple things. They're always trying to do more with less, and they bring their A game to work every day, and we're really proud of that commitment to our students and to our mission. But with all that growth comes growing pains. So I want to give a big shout out to Betty Kim, who's been holding down the fort in human resources. We promise we're going to get a director soon, or we're just going to, by acclamation, put you into the position. I also want to recognize the marketing events team. We had our 15th year anniversary bash last spring, and that was just weeks before commencement, and those were two big projects, so thank you. I also want to, thanks. I also want to recognize our math faculty who graciously agreed to move to the Dawson building because we're out of space here. We're out of space already, even with the two new buildings. So that really helped us alleviate our space crunch, and we might be looking for other volunteers in the near future. Thank you in advance for your support. Team finance. All right, we just did so much implementing the new Workday system and pulling it off with limited staff, so thank you. So let's talk about our faculty for a moment. I'm not going to be able to go through all the specific accomplishments, but I want to make sure that you have an opportunity with some of the slides to recognize some of the many things that they're doing. These accomplishments include research articles, conference presentations, textbook development, prose and poetry, and training materials, to name a few of the projects. Several of those accomplishments are listed on the slides as we go through. I'm sure you will agree we have a very talented faculty and staff. Please join me in applauding all of their work. Thank you. All right, I am amazed by all the accomplishments of our faculty and students. They bring such recognition of the college here in our community, nationally and globally. Each year, I acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of one student and one faculty or staff member as representative of all the terrific students and faculty and staff. The student spotlight this year features Miss Ashley Bowman. Ashley, you here? You make it? Ashley is so shy. You don't need to keep standing, but thank you. Let me tell you about Ashley. Ashley is a double major in both nursing and deaf studies. As the child of a blended cultural relationship, she identifies as an African American woman from the southern United States, although her dad is from West Africa. During adolescence, she could not fully relate to Black students born in the U.S. or overseas. She was immersed in both cultures, yet not belonging to either. In addition, her family is in conflict due to a lack of understanding each other's culture. Ashley is a first-generation college student. She came to her mother with interest of attending college during a time when her mom worked multiple jobs to provide for her and her three siblings. At that time, her mother knew little about helping her to achieve her goals. Ashley's mom often worried about paying for bills, which left no room for educational expenses. Her mother knew nothing about FAFSA and grants. Ashley is able to attend college today because of the network she built to connect to financial resources. This summer, she studied abroad through a program in Chiang Mai, Thailand, through University Studies Abroad Consortium. The program is hosted at Chiang Mai University, the first institute of higher education in northern Thailand. Through a course called Global Health Psychology, she learned more about depression as a worldwide condition. As a future health professional, she wants to stay connected to current health issues. Upon graduation, Ashley looks forward to a career in nursing where she can apply her understanding of people into developing an efficient plan of care. She also hopes to use her ASL skills to help bridge the gap. We could not be more proud. Ashley's experience is exactly the kind of experience that we want to create. So thank you, Ashley, for joining Nevada State and being so successful. A major part of why students have this kind of experience is, of course, our faculty. It's now my privilege to recognize one of those faculty members. Nevada State was the first institution in the state to earn a U.S. Department of Education Hispanic Serving Institution Title V program, federal grant of $2.7 million last fall, to assist in expanding educational opportunities for students on the path to become teachers. The award is being used to attract particularly more Hispanic high school students into the education field, assist them in passing the teacher competency exams, and decrease the students' time to finish their degrees. It is the largest grant in college history. This morning's faculty spotlight acknowledges one of the key faculty members who developed the grant and now oversees its implementation, and that would be Dr. Laura Nauman. Is Dr. Nauman with us today? So let me tell you about Dr. Nauman, a tenured psychology professor at Nevada State College, and I want to tell you about her background. So she was raised in an economically disadvantaged household in Houston, Texas. Laura's parents instilled in her the importance of education to achieve a better place in life. Laura attended college at the University of Texas at Austin, go Longhorns, with the aid of need-based Pell Grants and merit scholarships. Laura majored in psychology to better understand the development of her own personality and ethnic identity as a Mexican-American woman. She went on to complete her PhD in social and personality psychology at the University of California, Berkeley. Go Bears. Thank you, Dr. Kuniuki. We successfully recruited Dr. Nauman to move to Nevada in 2013 to help build the psychology program at Nevada State, where she uses her teaching and mentorship to inspire students to pursue their education and career passions. Dr. Nauman received a Teaching Excellence Award in 2016 and was a critical part of the team that secured the $2.7 million Hispanic Serving Institution Federal Award in 2017. The 5-year project, entitled Cultivando Mentes, Cultivating Minds, focuses on expanding the teacher pipeline in Nevada by attracting, retaining, and completing more Hispanic students. The project will strengthen NSC's existing teacher education program by cultivating culturally minded teachers who can meet the language and achievement needs of our state's increasingly diverse classrooms. Dr. Nauman plans to continue to teach psychology courses and manage the HSI grant over the next several years, but has long-term aspirations to pursue an administrative role, we'll call it a leadership role, in academic or faculty affairs. Dr. Nauman actively follows politics, enjoys dance, fitness, great, and loves escape rooms. Go figure. Thank you, Dr. Nauman, again, for your incredible contribution. I know for certain that you're helping to change family trees and opening a world of possibilities for our students, as all our faculty. Thank you. Okay, we're in the wrap-up. We're going to talk a brief amount about the future, the world of possibilities. The coming year will be a critical year in which we'll be developing strategic plans in a number of critical areas that will open up a world of possibilities to our students. First area of emphasis is, of course, student success. The college continues to improve overall in a number of areas, including retention rates and graduation. In addition, as I mentioned, our college does not have the consistent equity gaps between populations that are endemic to many colleges across the country. This is something we can be very proud of. That being said, our graduation rate is far too low, but the numbers often don't tell the story. Our persistence rate, that is, students that are still in school at our college or another college after 6 years, is an astounding 4 times the graduation rate. That certainly reflects a sizable number of students that come in as pre-majors in nursing and education who ultimately are not admitted into those select programs. Or who decide to pursue other degree pathways that we don't currently offer. So, for example, if you choose a field in engineering or computer science or architecture or hospitality or health, besides nursing, we don't have those programs yet, but we're building them. It will take some time, but our focus will continue to be on student support because we need to improve those student success numbers, even as we incrementally build out those academic degree programs that we know will also help show additional student success at the college. In addition to the nationally recognized Nepantla Summer Bridge and first-year cohort model that has had remarkable success, and of course continuing to build our writing center, we have undertaken several other efforts to improve success, including making second-year advising mandatory, focusing on African American outreach and retention, effective use of the EdReady online program to dramatically lower student need for remediation, in particularly math. We secured 20 additional Dream.US scholarships for a total now of 33 Dreamer scholars to attend Nevada State this fall. Thank you. And last year's cohort had 100% retention. So this year's cohort, the same. But it also shows you what financial aid can do when you have adequate financial aid resources. The TRIO SSS program that we started through a grant reports an astounding persistence rate of 99.3% this year. So we need to find that one student, but that's really amazing. Our course assistant program was highlighted in the Chronicle of Higher Education. In the article titled, "A Third of Your Freshmen Disappear, How Can You Keep Them?" Our own course assistant program is mentioned as an innovative way of connecting students and peer coaches to improve success. Congratulations to Danette Barber and the course assistants for that program. Thank you. So perhaps the capstone to our student success initiatives is the remodeled Raker Student Success Center. It's hard to believe it's been almost 2 years since we lost Russ Raker. For over a decade, Russ served in an instrumental capacity at Nevada State College as the founding Associate Vice President of Advancement. He developed the first comprehensive fundraising campaign. He led that effort. He also assembled one of the best functioning fundraising boards in Southern Nevada, as I'm sure many people on the foundation would agree. We were fortunate to have the dedication of Russ and the support of his wife, Carol, in building something special. And we are now fortunate to have Erin Keller and her team to step in and carry that legacy forward in the advancement area. But I'm very excited to announce that the 20,000 square foot building we acquired just down the road with the assistance of legislative funds and with allocations from the foundation is going to be opened and named the J. Russell and Carol Raker Student Success Center following action by the board. And with that legislative and donor funding, we purchased the building, we've remodeled it, and we've created a one-stop experience for our students. Advising, registration, admissions, financial aid, and cashiering will all be located in the same building. So we expect it to be a game changer. So a student that comes in with a problem in one area, they don't get a pass by saying, "Oh, wow, that's frustrating. I don't want to go try to find that other office. I'm just going to forget it." Now, the other office is right next door. In fact, I'll just walk you over there. Let's just go over there and talk to them. So I think it's going to make a difference, and so we're excited about that. I want to thank all of those departments for really supporting moving to that new home. And we expect to move into those facilities within about 2 weeks, and we'll at some point have a grand opening for that. We've let all of us get through the first part of the semester before we make that move. The second area of emphasis is, of course, meeting the state's workforce demands. I've talked about the RN to BSN online program. I've talked about our education programs that we're going to build in early childhood and speech pathology, increased focus on STEM teachers, expanding our statewide education mission, and also offering more degree programs in partnership with our community colleges, and of course the teachers' academies. The data sciences degree I'm really excited about, and we're beginning to build that now. And that's, we hope, going to be paired with training in software applications. So it's a new degree pathway for our students that will immediately assist the state in meeting key workforce needs. The third area of emphasis is building our infrastructure. And that's as much personnel as it is facilities. So we're very thin at almost any margin. That became no more apparent than when Workday was adopted. And there's 2 levels of approval required for almost any action. So I found out immediately myself, because I'm often 2 degrees of separation from almost anyone at the college. So I'm approving almost everything. So it tells you kind of how thin we are. We don't have that support structure built out. We need more faculty, we need more staff to help support this terrific student population and increase success. And with that, we also need more facilities. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to pull it off next fall. But we're going to have to look at some significant potential remodels, or maybe even, God forbid, go back to lease space in order to accommodate this growth before the education building, we hope, gets built, which will come online in the fall of '21. So we've got a ways to go, and we're going to figure that out. But the housing was mentioned. Cam is here from the development team. We are excited about that. And we know that that's a big undertaking. We know that it's a game changer for our students. We know a lot of things about that project. but we're going to need to build up the student support and student life behind that. But it's an opportunity for us to really build living learning communities. We know from national data that student housing increases student success, particularly for first-time freshmen coming right out of high school. Because why? It's pretty obvious. They build a support network. They're right there on campus, so they spend more time in the library and studying and study groups. So we look at it as a game changer, and that's 330 students that will ultimately be in that first housing project. And that's a lot for a first-time freshman population that's about 500. So when you think about it in that way, but we expect there to be significant demand. And then even more critical, of course, is the education building, which was the Board of Regents' top priority, and we're really excited about, and that's a rendition of that building. So I've been working closely with the foundation and with the advancement team to raise the matching funds for that building. I think we're close. That's very exciting. Hope to have an announcement sometime in the near future that we're going to reach that goal. But you know what? We're not stopping there. This is a $12 million campaign. We need at least $6 million for the match. But we want to grow our programs and scholarships for students. And our foundation just recently re-upped on that to say, yeah, we want to get this campaign going into the next year. And let's really make this a momentum increasing event for the college. So I'm excited about that. We also, as mentioned, are in partnership with the College of Southern Nevada on a health sciences building, which the city of Henderson very much supports, and as they do the education building. And this will be another opportunity for us to better consolidate our resources and partner better with the College of Southern Nevada, just 3 miles away. Will help bring simulation labs and other clinical facilities and more classroom space. Not too much in the way of office space. Therein lies our issue and why we desperately need the education building. But this is all helping us to build the core of education here in Henderson. The fourth area of emphasis that I want to mention is collaboration. And we continue to build out our partnerships statewide in a number of ways. We just developed a partnership with Truckee Meadows Community College in Reno on a online visual media degree. We're also going to provide some place-based support for that. We just graduated our 100th student from Western Nevada College in Carson City in education. And we're looking at building and growing that program. We've had discussions with Great Basin College about things we might partner in Elko. We've very much improved the transfer pipeline with additional advising counseling at CSN, development of new materials, including a transfer guide, new transfer events, and refined articulation agreements for all of our academic programs. These are all efforts for us to be a better player in the higher education system and to help improve student success. We announced a new partnership with Toro University, Nevada, which gives the students an opportunity to get a master's degree in health sciences at the same time they get a bachelor's degree in biology, so just 4 years to get a master's. So we're excited about that program and what it can mean for the students in terms of a degree pathway. We'll also continue to look at building those partnerships we have with the medical schools at UNR and UNLV, as well as other graduate programs at our sister institutions. We also continue to have an ongoing research partnership with DRI. The final area of emphasis is building the student experience. Our student population has rapidly transformed in just 2 years. Now the majority of our students come to us not as transfer students or non-traditional students coming back in education, but first-time freshmen and more traditional age students. Just 2 years that occurred. And the trend line is more that direction. So we weren't prepared. I'll be blunt about it. And these students rightly deserve and expect a more robust college experience. So our non-traditional students and transfer students were more in line with, we just want to go to school, take a class, take it online, go home. We got families, we got work, we're doing things. This population wants to stay on campus. They want to engage more with their fellow students. And so we've got to meet that program need. One of the first things we started was a daycare program, and that was with the Wolzinger Foundation, helped us support that, along with the grant that we received. And so we're rolling that out in more more completely this fall, and we expect to bring that daycare onto the campus soon, possibly as part of the early childhood program that we're developing in the School of Education. But you should expect to see in the coming year a number of dedicated strategic planning efforts around building student life. There'll be a lot of exciting announcements, so I'm looking forward to that. So in closing, I admit our agenda is ambitious, but we wouldn't have it any other way at Nevada State College. You may have heard the phrase, though, everyone is meeting a battle or fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind. We all have challenges. We all make mistakes. How we address those challenges and mistakes and those people that choose to help us along the pathways are perhaps more than anything what defines our humanity. And as we work with our students, I hope that's our big takeaway. When I think about the kind of people that are here today, supporting the college, building the college, and the students really that have chosen to start their academic career with the college, I'm really immensely honored to share this moment in history with you. And I'm inspired by your work every day, so thank you for all that you do. Now, many of you know that I receive a lot of inspiration from being out in nature. But what you may not know quite as well is I also get a lot of inspiration from music. And I'm deeply inspired by music. So one evening I was feeling maybe a bit down, so I did this thing that the students are more likely to do, which is search YouTube. I never do that. But I started tracking into like America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, all these like TV shows, and I don't really watch TV, so it was interesting to me about the stories that these television shows portray. And I came across one that I thought was particularly inspirational, and kind of in closing, and I'll finish, I wanted to share that with you. It's a fairly brief moment.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
and what's your name?
Mandy Harvey.
And who's this?
My interpreter.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice to
How
meet
are
you,
you?
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Doing well, thank you. Hello.
Okay, Mandy, so I think I've worked this out. So you're deaf?
Yes, I lost all my hearing when I was 18 years old.
Wow. And how old are you now?
29. So it's 10 years.
Wow. And Mandy, how did you lose your hearing, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a connective tissue disorder, so basically I got sick and my nerves deteriorated.
So you were singing before you lost your hearing?
Yeah, I've been singing since I was 4. So I left music after I lost my hearing and then figured out how to get back into singing with muscle memory, using visual tuners, and trusting my pitch.
So your shoes are off because you're feeling the vibration. Is that how you're following the music?
Yeah, I'm feeling the tempo, the beat through the floor.
And Mandy, what are you going to sing?
I'm gonna sing a song that I wrote called Try.
Okay, can you tell me what it's about?
After I lost my hearing, I gave up, but I want to do more with my life than just give up. So.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay, well, look, this is your moment, and good luck.
Okay. I don't feel the way I used to. The sky is gray, much more than it is blue. But I know one day I'll get through, and I'll take my place again if I would try. If I would try. To blame, 'cause I know the only thing in my way is me. I don't live the way I want to. That whole picture
Mandy, I don't think you're going to need a translator for this.
Wow, so I tear up with that. I've seen it like 50 times now. It's the same thing every time. But, you know, it's the kind of inspirational story that I think resides in the hearts of lots of our students, but also our faculty and our staff and our leadership. I think that's what makes it special. So, a special place. So thank you again for being here. I know it went a little long. Apologize for that. But it's such a great vision for the college. And I forgot my glasses this morning. I left them at home. So just because I don't have glasses doesn't mean I don't have vision. And that was my own little challenge today. But I'm just so grateful for all of you for being part of this and for the remarkable future that you're creating in this world of possibilities for our students. It makes all the difference. So let's be bold, let's be great, and of course, we're going to be state. So thank you. Thank you for being here today.